We're going to check in on Ben once in a while and see how he's doing. And I'm just going to pop him up on the screen and we'll see how he's fucking doing. Because this dude is like in outer space right now. So we're not gonna tell Ben we're checking in on him. I'm just gonna put him on the screen and we can see how he is. Welcome back to Impractical Nonsense, episode 3. We've got both my guests from the past 2 episodes. We got Danny. We got Ben, also known as Two Sticks Pure Age Podcast. Remember the name this time. What's up, guys?
Let's go. What's up, man?
Got both of you.
Phone, so it looks a little weird, you know.
Oh, Danny's vlogger mode today.
Clearest camera he's ever had, honestly. Like, it's even clearer than his fucking $800 camera. But then again, it is like an over $1,000 phone, so it was meant for this.
Danny's camera kind of hates us. We both have podcasts. They've been doing theirs a lot longer. So what got you guys wanting to do stuff like that?
In the Ben's actually the one that, like, you know, we got the name 26 Pure Age from him. And I think he's the one that came up with the name, and I think I'm the one that was like, yo, we should just do a podcast. I mean, we sit and just fucking talk anyway. Might as well fucking record the shit.
Yeah, so, like, all right, so, like, the whole Two Sticks and Pure Age name was, like, a once-in-a-lifetime moment where you just have, like, this really good name that just kind of came organically. But I got the name Two Sticks and Pure Age from a line from a Gerard Butler and Jennifer Aniston movie called fucking Bounty Hunter from 2009, where fucking his wife is, like, a wanted fugitive that, like, skipped bail. And fucking he has to go and pick her ass up and bring her to jail for that shit. And his boss was out camping with his kids. He's another like big comedy actor. I just forget what his fucking name is, but I think he recently got into some trouble if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, he was out camping with his kids, and he's just like this fucking just tired dad that's just fucking perpetually angry, but does everything that his kids want, you know? Yeah. So he's out there camping with his kids, and during the movie, he captures Jennifer Aniston and has him in her trunk. Has her rather in his trunk. So he calls up the bail place that he works for, and he's like, guess what I got in my trunk? And the lady's like, he's like, yo, I need to speak to, so-and-so because, he's got he's got the bond, so he's about to cash out and get his money, right? And he wasn't there, and she was like, yeah, the last I heard of him, he was out in the wilderness lighting a fire with 2 sticks in pure rage. Like, just fucking angry as shit with 2 sticks trying to light a fire. But the reason why I loved it so much is because I was like, 2 sticks, me and Danny, rage, just fucking chaos of whatever the fuck it is that we love and how we react to it. So 2 sticks, pure rage, it worked. So I was just like, you know what, let's go. It was like an organic kind of like dynamic duo kind of name that just came organically from a movie line, and now I had to use it for everything.
What kind of made you guys, like, I think, Danny, you've been doing YouTube the longest, right? Out of all of us? What, like...
With my own channel, I guess I have been. I know Ben, started doing, like, stuff with Hazardous Gecko and Alex Chavez way before I started. But as far as like having my own channel to where I produce my own content, I think the longest. Yeah, I started my own channel in October of 2010.
So actually, for both of you guys, what, like, before you did made an account, made a page, even kind of thought of what you wanted to do, what got you into doing projects and stuff? Like, everyone has a hobby. People play music. Obviously, Ben, we've had a band. We can talk about that.
Hell yeah.
What got you guys, like, what made you want to do content
like
online?
What we're doing?
Yeah, like social media content kind of stuff.
I really fucking enjoy music, and I really fucking love getting people hyped up about the same shit that I like, even if they don't like it or may not think that they like it. So I'm kind of one of those people that really like to introduce people to new bands, and I like getting new bands and, new things introduced to me, and it kind of brings people together, and it gets them to relive that same feeling that they had when they first saw it. When you see something fucking awesome, you're like, oh my God, I need to tell so-and-so about this, It's that same feeling, and I love watching people rage the fuck out to the same shit that I love. Yep. So it's like, fucking, for example, when the Snyder Cut fucking trailer dropped, I fucking geeked. and 1,000 other people geeked with me. That was one of my best fucking videos at the time, and that was like what I think my 6th video or something like that. So I think that was very inspiring. But content in general, it was very early on with Hazardous Gecko, because at the time, doing vlogging and shit, and where we were in terms of what we could, in terms of where we were, like with what we had for, video editing softwares, it was like, a big thing at the time. We were, in the times of MySpace, we were in the times of where YouTube was like hot for content creators. '08 was like, you were fucking lucky to be alive in '08. Like, it was a platform where you could easily get seen. It didn't matter, who. There wasn't big names like your PewDiePies, Markipliers, Mr. Beasts, like fucking Logan Pauls. You didn't have those yet. So it was a big thing, so we hopped on the train very early on. And obviously, for anybody that has fucking seen it, Screwdriver was the first thing I ever did. And it gave me life in a really weird way. Like, I knew early on that I just love to entertain in any kind of aspect, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And I just kind of found out very early on that there were so many different ways to do it with all these different things that I love.
What about you, Danny? You've been doing it for a long time. What kind of got you into it?
Pretty much the same thing, that Ben just said. I Before YouTube, I was like heavily like I wanted to be an actor and a filmmaker and stuff like that. And from an early age, bro, probably since I was 2 or 3, like I just whenever I put on a movie that I liked, like Wizard of Oz, Titanic, like any of these movies or whatever that I grew up watching, I would like pick like certain scenes and I would reenact them like to myself or whatever. I would do the same thing, even watching that. Remember that show Degrassi, The Next Generation, back in the day?
I never watched it.
It was
with
It was with Drake, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was it pretty much dealt with like teen issues or whatever, like a lot of serious subject matters. But I would like pick like certain like characters throughout the show, whatever, and I would like sort of reenact like what they were doing or whatever. And I figured, it was probably cheaper than going to film school, if I could get it down or whatever. But I started YouTube in 2010, doing a lot of movie related content, movie reviews and stuff like that. And believe it or not, I don't even think I told Ben this. Jeff, our buddy Jeff, is the one
I'm
that
seeing him tomorrow.
He
The dude almost got me
showed
arrested.
YouTube for the first time.
What's up?
And I didn't know what it was. Like I was like, what the fuck is YouTube? He showed me, and there was like a bunch of fucking videos
What
of
the fuck's a YouTube?
animals and stuff like that. Remember that website Stickim back in the day?
The game.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was like a video chatting site or whatever. It was kind of like Omegle or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That was back in the day, bro. We used to go on there and fuck with people all the time. It was hilarious. But yeah, I started doing that. Started the Review Crew 100 with a couple of my buddies, and that was long lasting, couple months. And then I left, thinking I was a big shot that I had to handle stuff on my own channel.
I couldn't. I don't know how you guys remember. I started probably.
At least I aged like fine wine.
Yeah. I think I started in like 2015. I was in my parents' basement still, I had my freaking setup in the closet. Not even. I might have been upstairs still. I don't even know why. I was watching people on Twitch. I think my sister did it, and I was like, that looks like fun. I'm playing games anyway. I might as well have people talk to me. I never had anybody talk to me, but that's kind of what I started with in the podcast. I think I was watching your guys, and I'm like, I can talk all the time. Might as well record it. Maybe it's funny. Other people kind of like it. And names, I just sit there until I think of something.
Bro, as long as you can fucking talk, man, you can do a podcast.
And then our friends group is always talking about the stupidest shit, so it's entertaining.
Yeah, like when it comes to like podcasting and stuff, like realistically, if you love something and you can talk about it for days, you can do a podcast even by yourself, my guy. Like it is as long as you can talk about it and find, creative ways to transition into different topics on, the subject, comes like fine wine, man. And then you could just fucking edit it in any way that you want to give it a nice fucking clean, beginning and end.
Bro, me and
great.
Ben, when me and Ben first started the TSPR podcast, we did strictly audio, and that was some of our worst shit ever because we would just go in like a room and turn on like a little cheap $15 microphone hooked up to a laptop, and I would
Oh
edit
my God.
podcasts on Audacity. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then we found Zencaster, and probably in what was that, 2020 or 2021? That was
2020.
we started going from video, and we just progressed with it.
I think the first original 2 episodes of the Dead End Street, I don't even know if it was called that, was just audio. It was me and Adrian, and I think me, you, and Adrian. But I don't even think I had a webcam yet. I didn't start streaming yet. And then I blew all my money on streaming stuff. Not all of it, but I blew a lot of money on streaming stuff, and now I don't even stream. But like in the past few years, podcasts has blown up. Like everybody's doing it now.
It's like having your own radio, bro.
Yeah.
And people are always like, people listen to podcasts, and they're like, how it used to be like talk radio and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Now people like drive and they listen to podcasts. They're at the gym and they're listening to their favorite podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
I used to do that a lot when we went to the gym because me and Ben are huge into pro wrestling. So a lot of our favorite pro wrestlers, like they have podcasts. So I wouldn't even listen to music. I would just throw on one of the wrestling podcasts, and I would just fucking work out listening to that. I mean, that's just like the new age, radio show nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, do you?
It's like Howard Stern on the go.
The difference too, I think, and I've watched Two Bears, One Cave, and I think they kind of talked about it. Unlike
Two Bears, Cave.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura are 2 of the best comedians. It's so good. But they were talking about how
One Cave.
Look, I'm telling you, look it up. You'll be dying. They did a whole thing recent. I think the last episode they were talking to a porn star who broke her back or something. It was freaking hilarious. The whole thing is hilarious. They have this thing right now where they every year they get each other. Every year they get each other a gift, but the rule is the next year you have to get a more expensive gift. This dude bought this fucking guy a mug that was like Hitler's mug. Like in a picture, Hitler was drinking out of it. The next year he got him a fucking race car and they just raced in the Daytona 500. I would never do that, but stuff like that.
What the fuck?
But they were talking about it, and I never realized it. With radio, like talk shows you were talking about, you have some rules. You can't say certain things. Podcasts, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, yeah.
To an extent, obviously.
Cock titty. Yeah,
exactly.
Cock titty.
With talk radio, in radio shows like that, like, you have advertisers and, there's certain things you can't say. But, like, a podcast, I guess, in a way, depending on, like, if you get to that level, it could be like that. But if you're just doing it with your friends with no, sponsors or none of that, none of the middleman, then, you can pretty much say whatever you want. I don't advise going on a podcast and being like, I'm gonna murder a bunch of people because that's
gonna be the intro. It's just gonna be you saying, I'm gonna murder a bunch of people and then kick into the intro. I wanted to ask this before we get off topic. I was asking you guys what got you started in podcasting. Like for hobby, I played guitar before this. I did soccer for 13 years. If you guys didn't create content, what do you think you'd be doing?
Sucking dick. I'm kidding.
I've been doing content creation for so long, bro. Like, I legitimately could not imagine my life without doing something in the creative space.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing with podcasts is you do talk shows and stuff like that. You got to go do it. We all have kids, which is kind of another. We can think. We're all dads. Danny, we all have 2 kids actually.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But the podcast, like right now, it's
that's so cool. Like doing it like here though, like at a radio. Like if you worked at a radio station, you'd actually have to go to this place, and like here, like literally, like I'm in my bedroom / like recording space.
And it's like it's what 12 at night right now. It's you can do it whenever the kids are asleep. Okay, now let's go bang out an episode.
We are so lucky to be living in this time to where we have all this stuff readily available to us.
Yeah.
Bang out an episode.
So since we all have multiple kids, who's your favorite kid out of all of yours?
Shut the fuck up.
I can't answer it either. I guess you guys are right.
So a couple months ago, me and Vicky decided to fucking get a Costco card. You know, it'll just save us the hassle, especially having 3 kids that fucking eat. You know,
That's right.
Yeah.
Number one store in America, Costco. Best employee. I work at Costco. If you guys don't know.
That's why I was bringing up the story, man. We so when we go to Costco, right? I always have to get something at like the food court, like a hot dog, because they're long, like Taylor said.
They're fucking this big and this fat, and as long as I cook them good. The problem is with working there so much, I only have there's a chicken melt which I don't even like. Then there's pizza, hot dogs, and ice cream. It gets old fast,
bro. I don't know what the hell.
It's just dying over there.
I don't know what the hell our daughter got, but she got like this chicken thing. It was like in a
the chicken melt. It's it's chicken. I think there's broccoli, Caesar dressing, and maybe cheddar.
Bro, we got in the car. Cheddar. We got in the car, right? We're the kids are in the car, and then we just put groceries in the car, or whatever. And as we're about to back out and get the hell out of there.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Our kid threw up in the back seat of the fucking car, man.
I appreciate her not doing it in Costco, even though I don't think that'd be my job.
That was before you worked there, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you then.
How long have you been working there? I can't remember.
Not even a year.
This discussion.
I haven't been there a year. Maybe I think 4 or 5 months. That's it. But I'm going for the long haul there now.
I want to say this was like around summertime.
Oh yeah, that was before me. I started in October. I started on Halloween pretty much. I think it was the 30th.
I just want to tell that story.
It's funny though, working there. I've never worked with the public like that. I still have it, but my other job, which I'll be leaving, thank God, is a detention center. So like in a grocery store or like McDonald's or something, you can't scream at this person you can't tell this person to get the fuck in the room or I'm gonna handcuff your ass. It looks a little different when you do it in a store. So like
get your ass back in your room.
Get out of the produce off, handcuff your ass to the wall.
I have that issue. I'm right now, and I have a different issue today. We'll get it. That's even funnier. I hope it doesn't get me canceled. 2 things actually.
Man, just started his podcast. He's already gonna get fucking.
At least I just started. I can just start again. But Jesus, people do the stupidest shit, and I have to try so hard not to make a comment because usually I can. So like, the biggest thing is walking. So most of my job is I'm pulling boxes, and I have this big ass stack of boxes at the top of like. If someone even nudges it, it's all coming down. I gotta pick it all up. Nobody watch your damn kids in the store. These kids are pulling the bottom boxes out like they're playing freaking Jenga. And then the parents are not even watching. They finally get them, pull them away. And then when I walk away, they hit me with their cart because they're trying to go a little faster because I have big boxes. But people are stupid.
Watch your kids in the store. Watch your kids in the elevator. Watch your kids on the fucking escalators, bro. Like, this is fucking 2023. Get with the fucking program.
It's not even the worst part. Go ahead. Don't watch your kids. I don't care if you knock my boxes over. Part of my job, I work in the freezer section, or the fridge, and I have to. It's Costco. You sell in bulk, so it's big pallets. It's not like you reach in and you grab the little eggs, and it's like pallets of eggs. So
it's like shit. Like if it fell off a shelf, it would fucking kill.
Yeah, we go in, and when I get there, the freaking you have 1 row cardboard, 1 row cardboard, 1 row. The freaking bottom row is gone. The top row is there. So I'm like, oh shit, it's going to fall. I don't know who's doing this. It's kind of stupid. So I fixed it. I spun it around. I stacked it up. I walk away and then I go back in to do the milk and I turn and this lady is reaching over the front eggs, which are right there. Like she's in the freezer with me pretty much, grabbing the back eggs. And then she puts them back in a different spot and doesn't even buy eggs. And I'm like, it comes out the same chicken ass. It's not gonna taste different if you grab it from the back. In fact, now I put I look at the dates and the later dates. I'll stick it in the back. Like I know why you're doing it, and now you're gonna get the later dates. Don't tell me you do that, Danny.
What the fuck you said?
Huh? It's so dumb, though.
I'm not laughing at what you said, bro. I'm laughing.
Wait, what's he laughing at?
I don't know.
I'm laughing at Ben, bro. I've never seen him this cheeky.
Oh, this was all today, by the way. This was one day. Also, I have another issue. These are the two things that might get me canceled. One of them technically isn't me. So there's this. There's a coworker. She's an older lady. She's very nice. He was looking for another coworker who is Asian. I think she's actually Filipino. And, what? I still don't know what's going on.
His eyes are closed.
Yo, Ben.
He looks like one of those characters that their eyes they look so they're fucking like
there are none. But this was when I first started. I just never told it because I don't know why. She's looking for the Filipino, and she has eyes like Ben's. I can't say it. Just look. I'm not saying anything I can't say. And I don't know where she is. I don't even know these people's names yet. And she comes over and she's like, "Hey, have you seen Annie?" I'm like, "I don't know Annie." She's like, the Asian one. I'm like, "What did you even see?" She did this with her hand. She's like, "The Asian one." I was like, "No, you did what?" I have no idea where she is. She literally, this old lady just goes like this. I'm like, you could have just. I know what an Asian looks like sometimes, but she walked away, and I stood there stalking Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I stopped, and just thought about what just happened for a few minutes. But I have an issue at the second job at Gandara. You guys know where it is. Fuck it. We have a maintenance guy, and he's
out and everything.
Oh,
man.
I'm throwing everybody out right now. We have a maintenance guy, and he's got a heavy Spanish accent. And I promise I don't do this on purpose. If you talk to me and you have an accent for some reason, when I talk back to you, I all of a sudden have the accent you're using. I can't do that at Costco to random people. So he talks to me in like Spanish accent. I'm like, "Oh yes, it's over there."
So yeah, I was just saying, like, bro, do you fucking go to a gas station? He's like, "Oh, thank you, come again." Go, "Thank you, my friend."
I pay its pump because of that.
But
most of Costco's like customers are Russian.
I always ask the gas station attendant if he's in the Simpsons show.
True. But most of the most of the customers are Russian. Most of them have Russian accents. And this lady came over I felt so bad for this lady because I couldn't help her. She's like, I don't even want to use her accent because I can't do a Russian accent. But she was saying, I need greens. And I'm like,
I need
there's salad.
Give her Ben's number. He's got the greens.
Exactly. But I'm like, there's salad. There's a lot of greens in this store. And she's like, no, the funeral. See, the fucking accent came out. and she's like, no, I need flowers. I have a funeral. And I felt so bad. But I'm like, there's flowers here. She's like, can you check the fridge? There's I was like, there's eggs and milk in there. There's not. I could look, but I know it's in. I put everything in there. And she just kind of walked away. But I had to try so hard not to use the accent with her. Do any of you tell me somebody does that? And it's not just me.
Bro, it's just you.
I can barely English. It's on certain days, man.
I can't use I can't use them on command. You have to be talking to me with an accent for me to be able to do it.
I've been with Vicky now, and I can barely speak Spanish. I don't understand.
Speak Spanish right now.
I don't fucking know what bendeja.
Because of the lockup job, all I know is the bad words.
There was no bueno. I don't fucking know.
Hey, see.
This is why I'm not gonna be getting hired as a Spanish teacher anytime soon.
Guys, we're gonna have a new segment which fucking button is it? We're gonna have this podcast. By the way, I want you guys to know because you can't see what I'm doing. You'll see it if you watch it. I am fucking up these buttons, these hotkeys so much because of the third person, but I'm getting it down. But we're doing a new segment. It's called, we're going to check in on Ben once in a while and see how he's doing. And I'm just going to pop him up on the screen and we'll see how he's fucking doing. Because this dude is like in outer space right now. So we're not gonna tell Ben we're checking in on him. I'm just gonna put him on the screen and we can see how he is. This podcast is powered by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, just 5 calories. Packed with essential vitamins, loaded with brain-enhancing neurotropics at optimal levels. So in my personal experience, I've been using Rogue Energy since I heard about it. It replaced my coffee as a healthier alternative. It has vitamins in it. Coffee doesn't have anything in it. Nothing healthy, at least. You don't really get that chalky taste that you get in other drinks. And you don't get that crashing feeling at the end of the day, which I hate that. That's probably the worst thing with energy drinks. You guys can get 3 free samples. Go to their website. Pick the 3 kinds you want. You just pay shipping. If you guys want to order stuff at all, go to rogueenergy.com. Use that discount code nonsense. You'll get 10% off. That's rogueenergy.com. Discount code nonsense for 10% off. Oh, Ben, you remember when we had a band, right? There are like 5 of them.
Oh, I want to hear this story.
Oh, it was fun.
I do.
I don't think we have funny band stories, but we had fun. Scotty's mom.
You guys, I can't remember if it was both of you or one of you. You guys were in a band with this dude John that I went to fucking high school with, John Bousquet or whatever the fuck his name is. Remember?
I don't know if I was in that band. No, I remember Ollie. Which, by the way, I'm working on it, guys. I mean, I'm been in talks. Might have a fighter do the podcast soon. I might be able to get Ollie. Yeah, I've been talking to him. He's just very busy. He's got a fight coming up. No, I don't remember John. Dude, Ollie's a fucking crazy drummer.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking nuts. Him and his Wendy's guitar fucking drum.
Yeah.
Fucking drum kit rather, dude.
We had Ollie
bass kicks.
Ollie's insane with the drums. Like he should be in a legit band. And then you had Scotty, who's good at drums, but he doesn't know that the rest of the band is there too. So he's just jamming on the drums, and we're all like, I can't keep up because you keep like changing. It's like someone on freaking. I have this issue, but on like Pandora, where you cannot let a song finish. You just go to the next one and don't tell anybody you're going to do it. I was
doing that earlier today in the car.
Did you guys I just realized this right now. Do you know it's not? Who was on the podcast where we talked about stuff that's not going to exist for our kids? Danny, I think it was you. I just realized.
It was definitely you guys. We had supernatural shit.
I talked about I prefer staying home, getting naked, and eating pizza instead of going out to eat.
I just realized, do you guys understand that none of our kids will ever know what an auxiliary cable is?
Bro, it's fucking wild, man.
Like, past the aux cable, they're going to pass the Bluetooth device.
Well, it's funny that you say that because literally yesterday, fucking Rena literally dead ass looked me in the eyes and asked me what a DVD was. So, I mean, I'm already there.
Oh, no.
I'm already there. Yeah. Like, it's funny that you say that. Like, I have witnesses to back me up.
Oregon to the fucking last Blockbuster.
Wasn't there just a show?
Nash has family out there, so their dad lives out there, so it'd be very easy.
The only thing out there is that Blockbuster.
Bro, I would love to take a road trip out there, man.
Oregon?
Blockbuster? Are you kidding me? In 2020, bro?
Dude.
I'm not renting a DVD. I don't think I'll get it back in time.
Chandler just went there.
Bro.
Oh, did he?
Somebody filmed a vlog going there. They brought a portable fucking DVD so they could rent a movie, go out in the parking lot, watch it, and then fucking return it.
That's fucking awesome.
I mean,
that's fucking awesome.
It is smart. I'm not paying those late fees, which probably wasn't even expensive at the time. It's probably like $3.
Bro, I would love to go to a Blockbuster, man. I like Blockbusters and Hollywood Home Videos and like.
See, we talked about home videos and
they hit different in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Dude, 90,
they hit, man. That in Hollywood video.
99 to 2010 was probably the best years. Every generation can say this was the best years, but that was the best year. At least to be a teenager.
Bro, we had Halo 2. We had fucking GameCube's drop. We had fucking the OG Xbox. We had fucking everything that was amazing. You know, like you can't fucking. The 90s and the early 2000s were, again, the glory days, in my opinion. The glory days, just because of how everything was, how just the atmosphere was, man. Just how, oh, God, do you ever get a smell and it brings you back?
Oh, yeah. I get annoyed though when I get a smell and I can't, like, think about what is that smell. But it brings you back, yeah. It's kind of sad, though, because...
I found this website where you could watch, like, pretty much every cartoon ever invented.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down the wormhole one day and watched a bunch of episodes of Rocket Power. Bro,
Yeah, bro.
You know all that's on
that
Paramount Plus, right? I think so. But
yeah, but this website I used it was free, but like literally every single cartoon is on this fucking
so
site.
you're saying you were pirating illegally, Danny?
It was a website I found. Somebody posted about it on fucking TikTok, so I was like, "Fuck it."
I still don't know what that thing on the wall is behind you. The mask?
Marvel?
No, not you.
Oh.
Ben.
What?
The mask.
That?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's from Zelda. That's the Majora's Mask from Zelda.
I think I'm convinced my friends hate me because 1, I haven't played Zelda. 2, I hate Halo. There's a bunch of. I don't like Marvel.
So
I wonder if I'm trendy. That's what that is. That's not the word.
There's a reason why I love this particular Zelda. And it's literally called The Legend of Zelda: The Majora's Mask.
Is it because his eyes look like a pair of titties?
No, it's because it's the darkest, well, and still my opinion, like the thoroughly darkest Zelda game that there ever has been. Like you literally start the game flying into another dimension with your horse because you're trying to find the friend that you lost at the end of the game previously, which was literally the ultimate Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. And you're going to find your friend, and in the midst, this character, Skull Kid, throws you into another dimension with your horse, mind you, and you guys get separated. You see, you go through these couple of trials real quick, and then you show up again, and he's like, "Oh, you don't worry about your horse. I got rid of him." As in, he killed your horse, bro. Like right off the bat, he tells you that he slaughtered your horse. Just got rid of it.
Your friend?
No, Skull Kid.
I was gonna say, imagine
the one that you run into.
He's like, "I killed your horse." Okay. Yeah, I didn't play any of those.
Mind you, the story is you have 3 days to beat all 4 of these temples and free these giants, or else this moon that's coming down above all of these people is going to come down and obliterate everybody.
Moon?
No, a moon.
An actual moon. I thought you said balloon. I was like, the China balloon is back.
So it's like a moon that comes down like a fucking meteor and just wipes everything out in existence. So it's just this one huge genocide moon, and it's fucking nuts.
Oh, please. Come on.
The giants that you unlock are huge giants that push the moon back into the sky.
Oh, so you kind of save the world with giants.
And then eventually you go inside the moon and destroy it from the inside and defeat Majora ultimately.
This whole explanation now makes me feel like I'm high.
Dude, it's fucking awesome.
Pretty much make a giant baseball team to play with the moon.
Hi, guys.
Ben, why don't you sing anymore?
Why don't I sing anymore?
You do a reaction channel. How come you don't cover songs?
Who says I don't? It's just
that's Danny.
There's nothing out in the public. That's all.
Okay, clearly I meant why don't you put covers out?
Because I am not a confident fellow in that perspective. I have a lot of things that I like that I've done. There's a lot of covers that I've started.
That is 100% true.
What?
I said that is 100% true.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've covered, and they're short covers. There's certain bridges of songs that I like, and I really do sing them, and I'll fuck around with them in Logic, and I'm not good at mastering, and I'm not a perfectionist with a lot of things, but when it comes to singing and putting my vocals next to an instrumental, for me it has to blend right. In the headphones it has to sound good, and in the speaker it has to sound good. If one of those things is off, I fucking
get pissed off.
I fucking hate how my voice sounds half the time.
Yeah,
there's sometimes
that's why
I'm just
I won't
that was fucking gnarly, and then there's other times where I'm just I don't like this.
I don't know one person who likes hearing their voice. What's up, Danny?
I told Ben you got to do a song with Chandler.
That'd be fucking nuts.
Wait, Chandler sings
I couldn't keep up.
Or does
that song that I did, no, dude, Chandler, that's that metal song that I used.
Wait,
for the
is
new
this
TSPR?
The guy who does the Last of Us podcast with Nico?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That song that I used for the new TSPR intro, that's Chandler's vocals.
Oh shit, I didn't know he sang.
Yeah, that's Chandler's vocals. Yeah,
it didn't
he
sound like what he looks like.
The fucking Fortnite montage that I just dropped tonight on fucking Facebook, that's
him
the
too?
song. That's him.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, and that shit in like fucking 5 minutes got like fucking 1,000 views. That was nuts. Like Facebook Reels is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like just hashtag Shorts Reels, and you'll fucking people will see it. And just make sure you tag whatever it is like on subject you're talking about and that duration of it. It's golden.
Here's
Like I've learned that recently.
Yeah, it's a good question for. I'm sure both you could. I could answer it too. You'll have to open up a little bit. I'm starting to dig in deep. We're gonna get into this mental shit.
Oh,
Because
shit.
literally everybody
Let's
in our
go.
friends group has mental depression, stuff like that. We're gonna try and we gotta try and steer it that way. What's the biggest thing that you don't do because of confidence? Like something you either regret not ever doing, or something you missed out on because you didn't have enough confidence to do it.
Finishing high school. Finishing high school. There's a lot of things I fucking regret, man. I think I regret a lot more than I ever like accept, I guess, if you could say. Finishing high school would definitely be one.
That's the
Not
laugh
going to
of
Taco Bell. Not going to Taco Bell would have been another. If we're gonna go that personal, not going to Taco Bell would be another.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah, not going to Taco Bell
that
would
took
be
a
another.
second to click in.
I would just
Oh.
keep driving.
Wait, did any of us finish
I would have
school?
just said, no.
I fucking hated school,
You didn't.
bro.
I technically finished. I just failed out. I didn't fail out, but I didn't graduate.
I was working at the time.
That's pretty much what happened with me.
I was like, bro, like I'm making money, doing landscaping and stuff like that. I was like, do I want to make money or do I want to sit in the classroom and fucking learn something that I'm usually never gonna use in everyday life? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I dropped out. But probably about 3 months later, I lost my job because my boss was a dick, and I tried to go back, and my principal was like, "Nope."
Man, I'm glad you're here.
Because they assumed I was gonna be an alcoholic like my father.
I think another thing that I regret is not going to college. That's like, and I know it's never too late, and I am actually enough going to be getting my GED soon. I'm actually looking into the first steps of doing that, so I'm going to finish that. But like I said, not going to college. I think another thing is like worldview stage fright. I guess like I have a very big disbelief in myself. If that really makes any sense.
Yeah,
like
I've got the same thing. I think that's why I end up with so many projects. I do one, and then I'm like, it can go back to where you were saying if the smallest thing messes up, you're kind of like, fuck this, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
There's that, or like, well, I'm gonna fail anyway, so why even waste my time? I think that's my biggest thing with doing, like, I don't stream anymore. I have 2 guitars hanging up. They have so much dust on them. Because I do something, even like with guitar, I've covered a few songs. I did Simple Man, stuff like that. And then I hit that one wrong note, and I'm like, fuck this guitar. Fuck the sound. The amp sounds like shit. And then now I haven't touched the guitar since you and Nico and all them were over here, and we played for fun.
Yeah, so what I'm going to say, when it comes to that, it is definitely a mental game. Like Dan and I can definitely really, speak on that perspective. There has been so many failures, man. Like, in this whole, like, I've been, come September this year, I'll be 3 years on YouTube. Like, yeah, mind you, a chunk of that I wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I took quite a bit of chunk of time off, but, there was a lot of failures in between then. There was a lot of videos that, a lot of people haven't seen because in one way or another they got corrupted, like visually, how you'll see in some of my videos. There's like fucking pixelation in some of like the colors and stuff, and there's nothing I can do about that. But then if you listen to the audio, like the octaves lower or like it's slow or choppy and it's like muting in and out, and yeah, you do want to give up. It does get so frustrating because it's happening so many times. Then you get through all this work with shitty hardware just for it to get blocked for copyright. There is so much burnout that goes into it, but at the end of the day, if you can just get past that and get past, like, yeah, this fucking sucks, but there's another opportunity. And, you know, if you can get past that wall and if you can keep going through that, good shit really does happen. Like a guy like me, I never thought was gonna basically be etched in the band's history that I love literally like more than in my life, you know, like, and they shared me on their actual Instagram. Like it's still there, you
Is that
know,
the
if
one
you
you're
go
in
to
the
the
music
fucking
video?
video. No, Shinedown.
Oh yeah. You had
Yeah, like,
you
you
had
know, like,
Daughtry too, didn't you?
yeah, Stanasonia, Daughtry,
Damn.
Gantier, fucking, I can do the list goes
Actually
on.
shared by one of my reactions on his Twitter account.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, the list goes on, and if you just, you know, stay really, persistent, and you really take the time to learn the algorithm too, and you know, you really use the hashtags correctly, it really does help a lot, you know. And let me rephrase. All it takes is one.
Just one to blow.
All it takes is one for everything to go fucking haywire, and it really ignites a spark.
YouTube
And
Shorts, bro, is where it's at.
it's not even just YouTube Shorts, but like I'm talking about in general. There, all it takes is one reaction. Not even like reaction as in terms of like content, but one video blowing up and getting a positive reaction and a positive audience reaction is all it takes to set ablaze. Like, yep, that is what gives you the ideas. The shit comes flooding in right there. It's like, all right, they like this. Once you find that sweet spot and you get that one video, it's done. It's like a fucking drug. You just can't stop fucking doing it, and it's amazing.
Your Linkin Park video is at what, like 15,000 right now or something like that?
It's about to hit 17. Mini
1,000?
viral. 17,000K in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, it's my highest video. In the first 2 days alone, it was 10,000.
I think another one of my big issues. I easily give up, and I have many reasons why. And I don't really.
Facts.
It's a mental thing. I don't really control it. I think even like us going to the gym and stuff, my biggest problem is I compare. And then I'm like, if my timeline's not matching up with the person I'm with, or like you do YouTube, you both do podcasts, I do podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have a video that blew up. I have like 9 videos on my YouTube, none of them blow up. I'm like, well, if I can't do what they're doing, then why am I doing it? It's not working. I don't know what to do different, so I just kind of like stopped doing it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time anymore.
No, and see, like again, that is where it's a mental thing. You know, that's it. It's never great to compare, ever. It is never ever great to compare. All you can do is see where you can be once you hit that sweet spot. You know that I was just referring to. It's all in different kind of content as well. You know, reaction videos are a very, very fucking hot market. Like that's just, you know, like if you again genuinely love something, and it pertains back to podcasting. If you genuinely love something and love talking about something, at one point something is going to catch someone's attention and it's gonna fucking blow up out of nowhere. It comes in time like that. Like it just, you have to find again the algorithm as well. Like the algorithm is fucking everything in YouTube.
This is even
man.
more than like just content in anything. Just
I'm
assuming I'm not the only one with this kind of issue. Like
fuck no.
Like say
fuck no.
Even like when I lived at my parents, I'm like, someone's got a house, someone has this kind of car, a newer car.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Usually, you would think that would motivate you and be like, I got to get there. No, it shuts me.
You,
it shuts me down. I'm like, I'm not gonna get there. And I'm assuming that happens to you guys.
You are not the only one.
Okay,
you are not the only one.
There's a misconception when it comes to reaction videos and music reactions and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of people do it and they automatically think, oh, I'm going to post this video and it's going to get, 100,000 views. Like a huge misconception when it comes to music reactions. And I would think they take a lot more time and effort to get through than people realize.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's probably not the right word. Over expect. That's not the word. where I mean, I guess wording it this way, what you just said, I expect. If I post a video,
you set your expectations high.
There we go. I just couldn't word it right. I set my expectations way too high, and I don't control my mind. I don't. It's got a mind of its own, I guess. So like, even like,
of course, autopilot, man.
Like working out. Like we go to the gym. We went. I think it was me, you, and was it Adrian? We went for a bit, at least a month, and we were doing good. And then, say I have one day where I kind of, and it happens to me all the time. It pisses me off. I'll start eating healthy, and it's actually a little easier now with work.
Yeah.
I'll eat healthy, and then at night I'll have a snack, and I'll piss myself off and be like, "Well, this is fucking stupid. All that work, and now I did this," and then I give up again.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, it's just mental, 100%. Like again, I have fallen off the wagon, fucking hellaciously, dude. Like I was looking pretty fucking chiseled, as everybody knows, back in July. Not no more. It ain't like that anymore. Like yeah, I'm still smaller. But that definition, bro, is gone.
I remember when you
gone, bro.
When you started hanging out, and me and you, I think it was around the time we first moved into my aunt's house, bro. Like I got you into working out because I was heavily working out at that time, doing like cardio sessions at the house, and then I got you into it. And bro, like you don't even look the same anymore.
Hell
compared to how
no,
not even close.
Yeah, I know. I know that. Yeah, and it's been a fluctuative thing because if you guys recall, back in 2020, I was fucking heavy. I was a thick old boy.
I don't remember it 2020. I remember like when we first met.
Dude, my man boobs had man boobs on them, and I'm pretty sure, that pelvic area, right where you like above your dingling, like that had its own fucking stomach. Like it was nuts, bro. Like I couldn't see the goods.
It had its own area code.
Oh
like,
no,
dude, I'm talking like thick, boy. Like I'm talking 2013 thick. And everybody remembers that little fucking tubby little Asian, bro, thicker than a Snicker.
I first met you at the Eastfield Mall, man. You were a chubby little Asian kid with
stupid.
Oh, you had the Bieber hair.
The Bieber hair and
remember the
my
video
spiky hat.
The first time you stayed over, proper way how to film a video, and the opening is you like doing that fucking electric chair going up and down.
I do. Oh my God. Still on YouTube. It's still on YouTube.
Way off topic. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. That's my problem too. I talk more like podcasts. I'm supposed to interview my guests. I just fucking talk. Do you fucking remember? Do you remember the first time I smoked? I don't know if it was the first time, but it was you were both there because we were at your aunt's house, and we were just sitting there fucking. Apparently, I don't remember. I was zoned out on Good Mythical Morning, just watching it. We watched like 12 episodes, and I didn't blink. You were all there. When is the first time you guys smoked? Danny, I don't think you've smoked. Oh, no. Danny did. No. Danny did smoke. I remember what we did to Danny.
Bro.
I remember what Danny did to me. Fuck you.
You were high, now you're low.
That shit was so fucking funny, but no.
Smoked.
That shit was so fucking funny. So the first time I ever smoked,
you were straight as fuck when
2011. So, my God, fuck, that's almost 14 years ago. So 2011, it was in my aunt's garage with, good old my friend and yours, Alex Chavez, and his ex. And we were actually no, we weren't even in the back of fucking the car. We started smoking in the back shed, that red shed in the backyard, and then we moved it to the garage, and then we moved it to Jess's truck.
Did your aunt sell the porcelain dolls?
Yeah, dude, you do not want to like. I don't even know.
Wait, does she still live in that house?
Yes.
Oh shit! I thought she moved.
So does John. Yeah, well, he's doing good. He'll be chilling around a lot more as we move the kind of thing. But yeah, no, fucking the first time I ever smoked was nuts. But the first time I remember like being like legitimately fucking like high as fuck. Like the first time it ever hit me. Like, and I knew knew that I was fucking high as shit. I was smoking with my buddy Eddie at his dad's place, and I knew I was staying the night and everything. We were camping out because we were gonna hit the mall in the morning because we were mall rats at the time. That's what we fucking did. So that was like 2012, late 2011. So we get to his place, whatever, and his fucking walks in. By the way, his dad is like, like higher up, like military esque, police military like esque shit. But he comes in, he's like, "Yo, guys," I'm like, "What's going on?" He fucking throws a bag of weed to us, like this fucking thick, bro. Like, mind you, like this fucking thick. $10 is
Why'd
what
you
he
have
paid
to
for
look
it.
through it?
Because I wanted to show you the fucking
Oh,
how big the size of the
okay.
fucking bag was compared to my goddamn dome piece, bro. You know this thing is fucking huge. He throws us this bag of fucking weed. We're like, and he's like, "Yeah, I came from Jamaica the other day for my buddy. I paid like $10 of him." He's like, "Go crazy." We're like, "Okay."
Wow.
So we didn't have like a bowl or anything to wrap. So we took this. I think it was like one of his dad's like beer cans, and we like dented it, poked holes in it, and shit. Made a carb on the side. So we turned it into like a little bowl, which
Yeah.
is, by the way, horrible for like lead poisoning and shit. But we didn't give a because that's what you had to do.
Yes, children, if you're
And
watching, do not use Coca-Cola cans to smoke weed.
so
Just use a blunt.
whenever I hear the song "Pursuit of Happiness" by Kid Cudi, I immediately get
I'm on the
transported.
pursuit of happiness, and I know.
Yes, exactly. I get transported back to that moment because the moment the bass hit, because Eddie fucking cranked the speaker, and it was like bass was everywhere, and that's when it hit me. It was right when it was like crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit. I was like, I feel this. Like everything just felt heavy. Like my mind just felt heavy. Everything was in slow mo, bro. Like it was almost like a borderline trip, and I knew it was because like my heart was pounding. Everything looked like different. I couldn't like I didn't really have control of what I was saying or feeling. Like I even like hid my phone from myself.
Mhm.
Like that's literally how like weird it got. But eventually it was chill. His dad ordered us like fucking I think like 2 or 3 Domino's pizzas, and they were fucking A1. Like I got to make my own fucking pizza. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck, give me all that shit. I drank a beer. Like
Oh.
I was chilling. Fucking I ended up taking a shower.
Wait, how old are
Fucking
you?
like 16.
I'm just
And
asking for the title of the podcast. I have it now. Thank you, guys.
okay, yeah, I was like 16, and I like burritoed myself in a sleeping bag, put a hoodie on, tied the fucking tassels, like my
Yeah.
shit on, and I was smoking a cigarette just in his room chilling. He came in from a shower. He was like, "Oh, dude, you are fucking chilling." I'm just like, "Yeah," watching a salon commercial. Like it was nuts, man. Like I was fucking gone, my dude. So fucking happy. Like I was content in that moment. But the high hangover was definitely real.
Oh,
Like it was
no.
definitely a real feeling. But yeah, that was like the first time I would qualify as my first time getting like stupid fucking high. Like when I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Do you
Yeah,
remember? And this,
would be then.
for some reason, I always forget you lived with me at some point. I forget it all the time. Were we drinking? We might have been drinking when we
drank
had
a
the
lot
fucking mac and cheese and ham. We were just eating a shit ton of it playing. Yeah, we were drinking. Yes, because it was Steph and we played Call of Duty, and every time you died, you had to take a shot. And we got
Yes.
fucked up, and then we sat in the front and we talked about, it was like projects that we wanted to do.
Yes.
Clearly, none of those ever happened, but
Yeah, and I would if it wasn't for the alcohol, I feel like I would remember what those projects were.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember when first time Ben came over, and we talked about doing this like horror movie, this horror project or whatever. It was almost like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and we didn't have anything laid out, bro. We didn't we were just fucking idiots apparently. And we literally sat down and made like a 30-40 minute like introduction video announcing this project.
Coming soon to a
We were
theater near
pros.
you.
We were pros. We were pros in the business,
no
man.
equipment,
We were
no
big
actors,
shots.
no nothing. We had a fucking dream, and that dream got dashed.
The amount of, like, I think on my phone right now, the amount
Ridiculous.
of shit I had written down for like ideas I wanted to do is insane, and I've done maybe 2 of them, and the podcast is one of them.
Do I really want to tell this story?
Go ahead.
Fuck it.
Tell the story. You have to now.
My ass tumbled over and my fist went through my fucking poster frame that my fucking Jan Silent Bob posters in.
Is that near you right now?
Yeah, hold on.
He fucking fell and punched through it.
Because he was mad or he fell into it. I'm just picturing the tumbling.
Same.
Really do a podcast with this guy? Oh shit, he's back.
I was coming home today and I tripped over my fucking wires, bro. You should see this.
You fucking
I don't
dumbass.
see.
Yeah, but
I don't see damage.
I don't see shit.
I was for some reason picturing like a fist hole in it.
right here.
I don't see shit.
I see credits.
Well, clear.
Yeah, I see credits too.
Can you reenact it?
Reenact
I'd like to see a reenactment.
Retrace your
Please.
steps.
Bro, the funny thing is,
The whole thing's funny.
Retrace your
the
steps.
frame is intact, but the glass is fucking broken.
I don't even see that.
I don't see anything.
And your phone is so
bro.
clear, it fixed it.
There is a chance you're going to see a titty.
Oh, there.
Oh,
It is.
there. Okay, yeah. There. Oh,
I thought there was
hello.
I thought
There
your
you
fist
are.
actually went through the whole poster. I gotta say I'm a little disappointed.
There's a million stories we could talk about. And like, all right, so
The man
for example,
cave, man.
yeah. So this is the story I'm telling. Is actually one about the man cave. So Dan's aunt and Dan decided it'd be a good idea and I'm gonna anonymously, change their names for this.
You can't change Dan's
Had this
name.
couple staying in the garage for some time, and
I was intoxicated. That was my idea.
excuse me.
I'd get away with it.
And they were staying in the garage. One of the individuals smoked a lot of weed, and I occasionally did here and there, and I was like, fuck it, I'm here for a night, I'll smoke with you. And mind you, I didn't smoke on the regular, so a couple hits got me fucking zooted for hours, like heavy, like fucking where am I? So I smoke and I'm, in the garage and everything. At this point, Dan and I have not been friends for this long. So he thinks, yeah, I'm going to smoke too. Mind you, Dan cannot handle weed. He cannot handle alcohol like that. He is a good child. He's a child of God. So he decides, for whatever reason, that night, I'm in the kitchen now. And you remember Danny's aunt's kitchen looks like, right? It was like off a little walkway. And it was like in like that little side spot. That individual that supplied said weed was cooking in the kitchen and making food. And I don't know where or how I got it, but I was eating this dry cereal. And I think it was Cookie Crisp. I was just eating it out of the box, just high as fucking fuck. And guess whose penguin looking ass comes waddling around the corner, coughing his fucking lungs out.
Oh, Danny boy.
What's funny as fuck doing that same shit ass style he has on now. That same shit ass fucking grin that you see right now is the same one that was coughing as he's waddling the fucking corner, glass sliding door. And I immediately fucking knew that I was fucked for however long that this was gonna last. And I'm like, what the fuck? I remember looking at him dead in his fucking face and being like, the fuck did you do? And he was just like, thing that he fucking does whenever he doesn't want to tell you, but he's gonna tell you anyway. But he physically could not tell me, but I knew. And I'm just like, oh, I'm high as fuck. And now he's high as fuck, and he sleeps on the second floor. And I'm like, my God. We go back into the garage so I can try to play the Guitar Hero. I'm too fucking high. He's sitting next to me in the fucking corner. I'm just like, bro. I get this guy to the staircase. He falls flat on his fucking face on the staircase, trying to like climb up the stairs. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm like pushing him up the stairs. We finally get to his bedroom, where his master bedroom, bathroom was and everything.
Yeah.
Get him into bed finally. Mind you, I'm like in between high, sober, and irritated, but I also think it's kind of fucking hilarious at the same time because I'm like, holy fucking shit, like what night? And so I'm starting to wear off, and we're watching TV off of his aunt's dinosaur fucking Panasonic that is just chilling. Yeah, that fat fucking gray silver TV that he. And we had this ashtray in the room. It was a wooden ashtray that was carved out, and it was like a bird on like its like a fucking bird bath. And I lit its beak on fire, and I just let it fucking burn. And Dan, mind you, is like slumped, like face down on his bed, just looking off my head, but his eye is open, ever so slightly like this, just geeked the fuck out. And I'm just like, huh. So what did I do? Got the axe in my hand, just right in front of his face. I made like a trail going to his face too, and I just lit it on fire, just. And he's just like staring at it, didn't even flinch. It's coming towards his face. Mind you, his eye is following the flame, but he's doing nothing. And I remember just fucking wiping it out and just being like, I'm just fucking with you, pal. This dude was about to get murdered, and I just got up like, I'm not gonna kill him.
Not yet.
But it was funny.
And that's how I knew that we were gonna be best friends for life.
If you guys hit the lottery, what are you doing? First thing you're doing?
Going to McDonald's.
No, but really? Okay, first, maybe not the first thing you're doing. The most outrageous thing you'd do, like buy or
outrageous.
Buying a fucking dolphin with lasers.
I'd probably buy a new camera, probably a new computer setup,
Wi-Fi.
I'd pay off my outrageous debt.
I don't like spending money as a rule. I'm like a Jew when it comes to that kind of shit. Like
I'm the exact opposite, and that has become a legitimate problem. So yeah, no, I 100% would. First thing I'm doing would be pay off my immense debt. After that, I'm building my log cabin on the West Coast and on the beach in a secluded forest, getting internet piped right into that bitch, getting my Ford Bronco, a dog, and staying the fuck off the grid. That's exactly what the fuck I'm doing.
How are you going to have a cabin in the forest and on the beach?
Not on the beach, on the lake.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I'd buy a house. I'd buy, some other properties. I would definitely invest the money or whatever that way. Because, like, if you invest in property and stuff like that, like, you always have fucking money. You know what
absolutely.
I mean?
That's why I always said if I hit, I'd buy a mini mall. But I see how malls are ending up now, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I would
invest in a corporation. Like, I would invest in, like, Apple. I would invest in, Sony, shit. Like, there's some things that I would invest in.
Stock market, man.
But, basically, I would use that money to make life just enjoyable. And, this drives off into mental health, I would use that money to just make life worth living. I would make it easier on my mental. Like, I'm not a flashy person by any means. Like, I don't care about expensive ass cars. I don't care about having a mansion. I don't care about having a fucking pool in my backyard. I don't care about any of that shit. What matters to me is sustainability, security, and just the things that matter outside of this digital universe that we live in this generation. If I had that kind of money, I would spend less time on here. Like, I would spend a lot less time on here. I would travel. I would take Ray and I would fucking travel. She would probably be homeschooled, digital, fucking learning online and all that shit if I could. If I had the choice, if I had that kind of money,
Yeah, I would buy a bus and turn it into an RV. I don't want
absolutely.
an RV. I want a bus turned into one.
Absolutely. And I would totally be down to help build that 100, that's something again I would be interested too. I'd be interested in doing that too. I would get a bigger van and turn it into a fucking sleep. I would me and Ash would be traveling constantly. Another thing is I would get married 100%. 100% I would get married.
That so you can split it halfway?
No, it's like, it's not even just that, like, I don't give a fuck about all that. Like, I just genuinely know 100% I would get married. 100% without a fucking question, shadow of a doubt. Like, almost 5 years into this now, 100% have not changed my mind.
Did you hear that, Danny? If he hits the lottery, he's gonna marry you. What do you say? Yes or no?
Oh, I would also upgrade my setup. That'd be another thing. Is I would get a PC, like a whole fucking high tech PC, so I know I can handle everything. My fucking Wi-Fi would be gorgeous.
I have my own Wi-Fi company. What are you talking about?
But I would also build another like I would build a whole extension to that log cabin I'd mentioned. I'd build a whole like outer extension where it would just be an entertainment gaming room, like a party fucking place where company comes over and that's the place where we get fucked up and all the kids stay inside.
What I would do is like there's a lot of nice houses, but you don't always get have them on good property. So I feel like I would buy a couple of acres of property and build my house. That way I can have it where I want it and I can have the kind of house that I want.
That's what I always wanted to do. I don't want to buy a house. I want to buy land and then customize my own house, but buy my own and pay someone to build it how I want it laid out and everything like that. A little secret room with the bookshelf.
That's the best way to do it. That way you can have, the best of both worlds. You can have the amount of property you want, the kind of property you want, where you want it, and the kind of house that you want.
Colleen's grandfather, either of you know him. He built, I saw the pictures. I was at his house the other day and I looked at pictures. He built like a very nice cabin on a lake. I can't remember where it is. He sold it though. I wish he didn't because I guess it was really nice. It was big and he built it himself. Him and Mark, just from the ground up, and it was big. It had like bedrooms and stuff.
Fuck yeah, man! That's dope as shit, man.
Well, guys, well, you have separate channels, but like, what do you got coming out? Where do they go to see you guys?
For me, I will be live tomorrow with Donnie. We're gonna be doing a live watch along on the We Are Wrestling channel. Well, by the time this is up, that's already happened. But we're streaming tomorrow, which is going to be Sunday for AW Revolution, and I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Dan H Vlogs. So if you guys get bored, come hang out with me.
Yeah, you can follow the TSPR podcast as well. Most of us coming out usually every Monday. This week's a little different because there's a lot of again busy shit going on, so we're gonna have to figure out when we're recording the post show, but we have that coming out, and then my shit, just whatever reaction you see dropping or any kind of gaming shit you see dropping. That's basically it. But you can follow my link probably down below. So that's all I got, man.
All links will be down below. You can find me here, just here every Monday at 12. Always a new episode. Except last week we had some issues, right, Danny?
So like,
Danny's on his phone this week because of last week. He got grounded. Next week we'll have you guys will meet Nico. I already know we're talking lots of Harry Potter, so tune in next week, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Me and Ben have a podcast with him that I haven't even edited yet. I literally forgot about it until you just mentioned it.
Welcome.
So thank you.
That's what I'm here for, baby.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys. It's fun having you guys together. I like this 3-person thing. I'll get used to the hotkeys. It's all a mess, but I had fun.
Yeah, fuck it.
TSPR Podcast, baby. They were here. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Peace out.
Subscribe.
Peace.